Hey everybody, I'm David Herring and welcome to ProviderSMART, brought to you by CNSG and AppSmart Company. Today we have a really great treat. We have our good friend with Connet Solutions, Sophie Horton, and we have our good friend with New Horizons, Rob Koehler. Sophie, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Great, great. And Rob, how are you doing today?
Doing well, David. How are you, man?
Yeah, that's good. Rob, Sophie, and I have all known each other for many years in the channel, and we have a great relationship. It's a real good treat to have a partner on, which is something kind of cool. We're going to talk about some resources. We're going to talk about some things, some cool things at New Horizons. But first, let's chat a little bit with Sophie about her business and let Rob talk to Sophie a little bit about how they came into the business together. Rob, Sophie?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, David. And yeah, Sophie and I have been working together for years prior to my time at CNSG and then now at NHC, and really just enjoying the 2 years working together. We've got 17 customers on NHC. Sophie's been really generous and working with us and getting some great opportunities going. Our primary focus thus far has been AT&T fiber, VoIP, and SIP, and some POTS lines, and some LTE failover as well. And we're looking to expand that, and I really appreciate all the help Sophie's been sending our way and all the great new business, and excited for 2021 to do even more. Absolutely.
Yeah, good stuff. And, I failed to mention, Rob, you've been our channel manager as a platinum supplier with New Horizons for a few years. And Sophie, Sophie and Rob and I have worked together for, we said well over 10 or 15 years in my previous life in the channel. So it's a great relationship all around. Sophie's one of our best partners, most consistent, and, just really fun to work with. So let's talk a little bit, Rob, let's talk a little bit about, or Sophie and I will talk a little bit about some of the things you like to work with at NHC, Sophie. Like, what are some things that you like about your relationship with NHC?
I mean, for me, honestly, it's about consistency. I reach out to Rob for a quote request. I get it back super timely manner. We move forward with something. I've got an implementation manager assigned to me in, less than a day typically. I know all of them. It's usually the same 3 people. They're super easy to get a hold of. They're really communicative. I mean, it sounds easy, but there's carriers out there that aren't doing that these days.
Yeah.
So it's been pretty easy, to be completely honest with you. And that's kind of a compliment for this industry, isn't it?
Yeah, right. And consistency sells, right? Like, you like that consistency, seeing the same bodies, talking to the same folks every day on your projects. Doesn't that help you?
Oh, tremendous. Absolutely. Yeah. And, I've just, obviously with this many customers in, I've got a relationship with my implementation managers now, which, they're just, like I said, easy to get a hold of. I get updates in a regular time frame. It's just, it's been good. There's a comfort zone there now with me.
Yeah. What do they say? Give you good news, but give me bad news fast, because then I can kind of manage it better, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about, so the 3 of us are in CNSG, New Horizons, and Sophie at Connet Solutions. All 3 of us are in the midst of this pandemic, Sophie. Talk a little bit about how you're helping some of your business customers and some of your portfolio manage through that, maybe through, different technologies and things.
Yeah, I mean, it really depends on the industry. Obviously, some are suffering far more than others. But, there's been a lot of obviously typical, UCaaS installs because we've got so many remote workers. But, we do some hospitality and medical too. And honestly, that hasn't really changed. They're still all showing up at the office every day. So, I've been affected somewhat. And then it just really depends on the industry. I mean,
yeah.
Have you found the same thing?
Yeah, and I think technology actually feeds into a pandemic. Like, they almost need you more. And if
it has, it's been consistent. Like we just haven't really felt it that much. I mean, knock on wood, because I know a lot of industries have, but with technology, I mean, they need us, which has been good.
Have you had any of your clients, before I throw it back over to Rob, have you had any of your clients that have specific needs on a work from home basis? Are they coming to you and saying, hey, I need more bandwidth, or I need equipment, or I need integration from home? Is that a need that's come up at all?
Yeah, certainly. But, I've got a lot of IT vendors that, feed me. So I don't really get into a lot of the integration piece. But yeah, I mean, certainly additional bandwidth at the office when everybody's having a remote in. Yeah, it's been kind of across the board, really.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Rob, talk a little bit about your partnership and New Horizons partnership with Sophie.
Sure, absolutely. And yeah, so we touched on some of the products we've implemented on those 17 customers, the fiber connectivity, some of the kind of entry level VoIP and SIP trunks. And one of the things that really meshes well with the work from home initiatives we're seeing across the board with all customers is looking at SD-WAN, specifically our Velo Cloud practice, and then UCaaS as well. I mean, those are two products that are really getting traction, giving everything going on. I mean, they've been kind of popular solutions to begin with, but definitely any companies that were even considering or evaluating it, and now they're having to implement a lot of those initiatives, given everything going on. So we're seeing a lot more traction with that, hoping to start working with Sophie on those projects as well, tap into those project managers that she works really well with. And one of the differentiators that we bring to the table is we offer professional on-site install for any solution in the Velo space, so Velo Cloud or UCaaS, and there's no minimum. So it could be literally one seat, it can be a single Velo location, and that's a differentiator. I mean, we're not seeing really any of our competitors offering that kind of professional on-site install, and it makes a huge difference, especially when you have access challenges or folks that aren't even in those offices where we may need to install some of that equipment. It just adds a lot of value and simplifies the process for our partners. So, hoping to do some of those types of projects with Sophie and her customers and her partners as well, and excited to start kind of building on that partnership even further.
Yeah, I think that's a huge thing. Just talk a little bit about that, Rob. I just got off a call a couple hours ago with a partner, and the SD-WAN and the UCaaS solution was too small for that supplier. Like I think you say you guys will go down to one seat. How critical is that? That's super important, isn't it?
Well, I think it just makes it easier. I mean, at the end of the day, it's about relationships. And I mean, you want to obviously focus on certain sweet spots in your wheelhouse, but at the same time, you need to support your partner and empower them with regardless of what type of opportunities come their way. And we try to do that as much as we possibly can. I mean, there are times where we may have to kind of look at some alternatives, but ultimately, I mean, we want to be able to tell our partners yes as much as possible and accommodate them and be transparent too, and say, we may be stretching here, but we'll make this work for you because you're a strategic and important partner for us. We'll do everything we can to make it work. So, I mean, I feel like we stretch quite a bit further than most aggregators, most carriers, most other providers, just because we see the value and we really cherish those relationships and want to make sure that our partners know that they can come to us no matter what.
Yeah, I totally agree, Robin. And I think that's something I found right away coming to this side of the channel, with a partner, that's what you guys were more able to do. It wasn't just our strong relationship with Rob Koehler. It was also, hey, New Horizons can help here. This is something they can help with. Okay, let's talk, or go on, Sophie.
Interrupt, but
yeah, go on.
That really needs to be said is, our dealers are probably calling customer care departments all day, every day. And, some of them I dread, and we all, know who they are. And I don't at all with New Horizon. I get somebody on the phone. They clearly speak very good English. They're helpful. It makes a difference, on top of everything else. So I think it's definitely worth saying.
That's so worth it. And that's right where I was going is Rob not only goes out of the box, but the New Horizons folks are able to help. All the support's here. We know a lot of the support folks and processes. It makes it really easy. I think Connet Solutions, I mean, that's a value added to you, right? Like that's what Sophie, that's probably one thing you could say, like, hey, I'm a platinum partner with these guys. I'm able to help you right away, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's definitely worth bringing up for sure.
Yeah, that's a huge thing. All right, let's talk a little bit about goals on our side, on the CNSG AppSmart side. You have myself, you have Matt Hardy Jr., Tyler, all of our managing partners across the country. We're here to help. CNSG Smart is actually something you're going to want to utilize in terms of your marketing efforts. Resources that we have. If you want to find, buy, or manage IT services, carrier services, CNSG is the place to come to. My big goal, and I'll throw it over to Sophie for some of her goals in 2021. But one of my big goals is, and it's funny, it's about Sophie. It's like, we want more partners like Sophie that are going to not only work with us, but, we're going to grow with them. And those exactly are the kind of partners we want to get. What are some things you want to try to accomplish this year, Sophie?
Well, like every year, keep my head above water. I mean, we're a small company. There's basically two of us, and I don't really have plans to change that. So
yeah, you'll be fine.
Just continue taking care of existing clients, and that has really helped us grow our base. I mean, we're a little bit niche in that we've been in Charleston for 20 years, and a lot of our customers at least have a site in Charleston or near Charleston. And so, specific goals, obviously, I'd love to get into a little bit more security, but yeah, just really keep doing what we're doing and hopefully continuing to take care of our folks.
Yeah. You don't remember this, Sophie, but this was probably like around 2000. I was with the carrier. I was working for Michelle as a channel manager, and you brought me a deal. I was your channel manager, and you brought me a deal. And I was just shocked at how close you were to not only the CTO, but to his entire IT team. And right away, I knew, I was like, this is a much different kind of partner here. She's fully dialed into this client. Like Sophie can really help this client. And you're right. It's not kind of a boring goal, but that's a goal. That's a great goal. And it's something we should all strive for, is kind of to, get close to your customers, help your current base grow, Rob, what about you on the New Horizons side? Like, what are some things you guys are looking to accomplish this year?
Yeah, Sophie actually touched on one of the points for our roadmap for 2021. Security is a major focus for us. We've got a managed security practice right now with Palo Alto that integrates with our Velo Cloud, and we're actually adding Checkpoint as well. Wanted to kind of bolster that even further with some remote access for VPNs. Obviously, the work from home initiative, remote access is becoming huge. And then on top of that, Alien Vault is another supplier we're adding to the mix as well, to do some things with kind of intrusion detection, like threat events and that type of thing. So just looking to build on our security practice even further, because it is, like Sophie said, it's such a hot button and a major focus right now, especially with all the challenges of working remote and making sure all that information is staying secure. And then the second piece, we're really excited about the integration with Microsoft. So Microsoft purchased Metaswitch. We're a Metaswitch partner. And we're really looking forward to Teams and Azure and Office 365 and all the cool things that Microsoft brings to the table, and those resources and feature functionality. So really excited about that partnership as well.
Yeah, that's great stuff, Rob. And I think we're hearing it at CNSG. I know, Sophie, you're probably preaching it to your clients. This isn't the new normal. I think it's the way things are, or this is the new normal. This is the way things are going to be. I think the pandemic just kind of sped up where we were going anyway, right, Sophie?
I agree. I agree. It'll be interesting to see how this all shakes out in the next couple of years. But I think the world of the remote worker is only going to grow.
Yeah. And again, the pandemic just sped it up. I think we were already going there. Now it's just, it's for real. Okay. Any last comments? Sophie, do you have anything that you want to end on or close with here?
No, I'm good.
About New Horizons?
I'm good.
We just want to say thank you. We really appreciate the partnership, and Sophie, all the business, David, all the support, and we're really excited and cherish this relationship and look forward to 2021 together.
Thanks, guys. That away.
Yeah. Thank you, Sophie. Thank you, Rob.
It.
Yeah. And on behalf of the entire CNSG AppSmart family, we really appreciate all both of you do for us. You guys are true partners and good friends. We love it.